bring in my colleague Andrew Clennell, our political editor. And the Prime Minister's had a busy few days in London. He's had his first audience with the King. He's met with the British and Canadian Prime Ministers.
Yes, he's been busy, Kieran, and he hasn't been shy, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, about conducting a series of interviews with the British media since the Queen's death. There has been talk he and King Charles may have discussed climate change during their audience over the weekend. The Australian PM here defends the King's right to continue to speak out publicly on this issue, as King Charles did as a prince.
I think that is a matter, of course, for King Charles, what he comments on. And it's important that the sovereign stay distant from party political issues. But from my perspective, what I said is that I'd be very comfortable with the King expressing views about the importance of climate change. It is about the very survival of our way of life.
And it would be quite proper, in your view, for him to continue to make it clear that it's a concern in his mind?
Well, if he chose to do so, then of course that would be a matter for him, but I think that should be respected if he does choose to do so.
The PM, a Republican, has been at pains to avoid the Republican issue all week, and he did so again in this interview, which will also air on television.
Well, I don't think now's the time to discuss those issues, and I have made that clear. This is a time in which we should acknowledge the life of service of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. Those are matters that are of debate, of course, in Australia, and certainly the royal family understand that.
Well as talking to all these British outlets, the PM also spoke to Kieran on Sunday Agenda and gave us more of an idea as to what we can expect in terms of the ceremony on the Day of Remembrance for the Queen in Australia on Thursday. It will be a bipartisan affair.
Alyssa Doyle will be the MC for the memorial service. Anthony Clennell will be performing at the service, and it will bring together each of the premiers and chief ministers have all confirmed their attendance, as well as the governors from the respective states. Myself and Peter Dutton, as Leader of the Opposition, will both give short tributes to Queen Elizabeth.